I need the chat. Let's go. Hey, what's up, Twitch? What's up, YouTube? What's up, anywhere else on the internet? Hey, what's up? Good morning, guys. Another rainy day as fall is right up on us. And yeah, another rainy day, perfect day for working on the Datsun, perfect weather. Man, I still feel like I'm in the bed though, so excuse me if I'm a bit on the slow mood this morning. Today, hey, I'm gonna bring the coffee with me. So today, what are we up to? Basically, yesterday we started working on the Fender bracing to add more strength to the upper part of the front. And yeah, I feel like we're just gonna keep going on that thing today. So main objective, main goal for this morning will be to finish the driver side, which will be the first one to get done, and then do the same thing this afternoon on the passenger side. So that will be really cool. So if this is done today, I will be more than happy, because that means tomorrow at some point, probably in the afternoon, depending on the weather of course, I might go to the junkyard grabbing stuff for our next week project. So hey, what's up, let's go. Good morning. Good morning.
These nuts. Got him. Got him.
These nuts. Best random sound ever. These nuts. Got it. Perfect. Hey, what's up? Toi aussi t'es fatigué. Ah man, le café il est bon à matin là. So basically last night I had a go-kart. Ça avance bien le Datsun, let's go. Yeah, oui, ça avance bien, ça avance super bien. Last night I had a go-kart race in the rain. That was my first real try in the rain during a go-kart race, and gosh, it's hard. Like, I've been challenged so much last night for during the race. Like, basically, when you think of a corner in racing, you're always trying to go from the outside to the inside to the outside again, right? Well, in go-kart, you have to stay on the outside all along the corner, because the inside has so much rubber that it's sliding. And Lady L is saying drifting in the rain. Well, it's not drifting. If you're trying to go in the inside, you are trying to turn and it will just push. You will do some understeer, not some oversteer. You're gonna be understeering, and therefore you're gonna have to wait until you get that grip on the other edge, and you lose all your speed, your momentum. So that's really, yeah, aquaplaning. Basically it was that all over the place. So the line is super different, which is super challenging. I had the chance however to be in the first race last night, so I went before and had a practice in the same kind of condition, and the practice went well. The kart was feeling great, everything was feeling good, and then there was the race qualification. 2 turns out of 7, like yeah, 2 turns out of 7 on the qualification. I knew I had not a great kart. The kart I had in practice ended up second during our race, and the one I received, because it's randomly chosen the kart number you're gonna have, and this year it appears that there is a lot of inequality between karts, and the one I had on the rain, holy crap, where my where my kart in practice was actually gripping and turning, that one was sliding all the time. Like, there was just no grip at all at the front. The rear, no problem. Traction under power, well, there was no power too, but that's another thing. But yeah, no problem, but the front tires, they were so bad, it was crazy. So I ended up almost last during the race, while if I had done the same kind of time I did in practice and the condition was still the same, I would have ended up somewhere between half to first quarter of the race. Cheetos Hapanos, right? So yeah, that was my night last night. So I came back home wet AF and just took a shower and then played some Tarkov until super late. Hey! So yeah, that's happening sometimes, eh? So yeah, pretty good night. All right, hey, shall we? Shall we start working or just chatting all along? All right, so this morning we're gonna weld that little plate here to make sure we have reinforcement at the top here. So with that said, I'm just gonna have to make sure it's welded in the right spot. We were talking about doing something like this, so that should be all right. And yeah, we're gonna have to make sure, first of all, we are welding it in the proper place, and then what's the idea behind welding that one. So dual side. Is it working? Dual side. Hey, there we go. I thought the camera was off, but it's not. All right, so basically the main idea right here is to, we said that was our mark here in the body for the end of our tubing, but I'm probably going to weld it like this so we can weld that side here right on the welds from when we reinforced the fender arch there. And then we have to decide, because it's not sitting flat, right? So we have to decide which side we are prioritizing for that one. So that's something I'm unsure of. Ideally, I feel like we should be maybe bending that a little bit, but we don't have the tools for that. So unsure of what I'm supposed to do with that. Also, I feel like we're just gonna weld on this side 1 inch on both extremity, like around 1 inch, just because we're gonna leave that gap alone at the center, because I don't really want to trap air in the middle there, because that's a place where condensation will happen. And with that said, because basically here we welded the entire thing. Why? Because there are holes on the other side for letting that inside part here breathe, and it's gonna be basically the same thing for almost everything you're doing with metal work. If you're creating an enclosed area with air inside, during the change of weather you're gonna have a condensation, and with that said you're gonna create rust at some point. So we might as well leave a gap here in the middle to make sure the air can circulate properly. So that's gonna be a thing. I feel like the main thing I need to do right now is just to grind that weld here a little bit more, just to give it a bit more of a flat shape, and therefore it's gonna be easier for us to sit our little metal piece in place. Now, where is the handle for that? I still need to think, oh, it's there. I still need to think about when to organize that go-kart race with friends. That will be so cool. Like, I feel like we could have a better price during the week, but like vacation are done, you are far, David wants to be there, he's far, so like thinking of that, I guess it's gonna be on a weekend, so I just have to think about that and know what we can I should just start a real big group on Messenger and just ask everyone when they are available, and that way we could basically have a real blast on the track. That. feel like there's a battery that didn't charge again. Yep, what the hell? All right, now it seems to be on charge. All right. Yum, yummy. Yeah, now it seems okay. So, let's try to make that a little bit flatter. Loud noise. For real? Nah, that's not too bad. Next. I'm gonna add, okay, I said it like many times, but I'm gonna add the OSHA sounds effect, but also I found a picture about, it's like a little drawing of a character saying regulated screeching with an OSHA shirt, and I'm gonna make this appear on top of the stream, like in a corner, when you're writing OSHA in this chat. That's gonna be perfect. I need to do that. Maybe this lunchtime. That will be great. I just need to finish downloading the sound and everything, but that will be so great. All right, that's working better. And we're gonna go from one weld to the other. So that's perfect. Let's just remove paint. There we go. Oh, sorry, I forgot for the noise. All right, so we're gonna just test fit that real quick. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, sorry. Whew. All right, so with that said, Yep, right in place. So just need to remove a bit of paint here. I just put the buffer way too far for nothing. Damn. We'll do the same thing. Just making sure right now we're gonna have a clean edge. So this welding there, and that's when I realized I was not putting it in the right spot. But no, that's not the case. All right, like this, like that, and yep, we're gonna try to weld that in place. I would really love to bend that a little bit. I don't know if I can do something for that. Like, not in a round shape. I can probably put that in the grip, the vice grip, take some pliers and just give it a little bend. I will try that. Front cam. So basically over here, I'm gonna put, yeah, the plates is right in the vice grip that I finally installed. And basically we're gonna take a big plier and try to bend it. If I have the said plier. The rusty one. Rusty but trusty. All right, let's go. So I'm just going to give it just a little something, you know. Dual side. Like you see, that's a lot, just a little bit of a bend, and yeah, it's already fitting way better in here. Yep, that was a good call. Yep, that's way better. At the back here, like fitment is not great, I will say. I kind of think of, I don't know what to prioritize. It's gonna depend on where the tube is sitting, I guess. I'm gonna grab a smaller tube, like not the one we are using, but one that's getting close there. Just see if we prioritize middle section. Yeah, it's gonna be in the middle for the most of it. Because honestly, I feel like I could remove maybe a centimeter on that, and that it will still work perfectly. Because basically right now I'm just going a little bit too far, which means we are going around right above the round part here, and that's not really what we want. So I think I'm gonna remove 1 centimeter from it, just making sure that we are having a good surface to weld. Front cam. So, yep, right here, we're gonna be removing that little centimeter. All right. Did I just heard my cell phone ring? No, okay. I was like, who's calling me? Oh. Like, honestly, we're not removing a lot just to say we are removing some stuff and making it sit in a better place. I feel like I could go even further than 1 centimeter, but at the same time, it's easier to remove some more afterward than adding material back. So I better check it twice, measure twice, and cut it twice than just say, oh yeah, it's gonna be okay, and then having the issue of like, yeah, having the issue that I removed too much. That will suck. All right, let me grab a brand new disc because we deserve that. We do deserve that. I'm sad Micah is not here this week because he's moving. Him and his wife are moving, but that's the kind of thing he would have been interested in watching. All right, let's end that. Loud noise. Loud noise. Voice. All right, so smaller piece going in place. Dual side. So right now I'm gonna try to not burn myself. It's not too bad. It's not. Oh yeah, of course I bend it, not in the way I managed to clean it. Oh yeah, that's way better. Like now I can make it sit properly and weld everything in place. Yep, that was a good thing. Now we have a really closer gap there and we are sitting like a bit more flush at the back too. So in the front and everywhere, yep, love it. Love it. All right, I'm gonna re-clean it because I cleaned the back edge and bend it in the wrong way. Classic. So I'm just going to, oh, I didn't fill the air compressor today. Sucks to be me. Yep, air compressor is almost out of air. All right, ready to weld. I'm ready to weld. Turning on the welder. Turning on the gas bottle. Bringing the gloves with me. Pump, pump, pump. Where's the other one on top there? Ground is in place. Welding gun is over there. All right. Gonna remove the head, the ear protection. Boom. And now, gonna watch out. I almost clicked the mouse and I don't know where it is in the screen. Could have been that. And now let's put the helmet. Welding mask, gloves. We have everything. Oh, I I should also put is it looking? No, okay, it's not too bad. I just realized last night that yesterday I didn't had the hoodie on, and I basically had a small sunburn on my arm because the exposed skin to the welding basically can get a sunburn. So that was pretty funny. Girlfriend was not amused. I was. Well, let's clean a little bit the nozzle, just good practice. Good morning, by the way, people in the chat who are joining us on this amazing journey of adding some power brace to the car. There you go. That's gonna be perfect. After that, we're going on the true challenge, notching the tube to fit that corner here on top there, like having the angle in a metal tube to fit without going too far, because if we remove too much, it's gonna sit somewhere else than where we want it. So that's gonna be the real challenge. Almost fucked that up. All right, so with that said, ready to weld. Let's just tack it in place first. There. There. What about the back here? Is it working well? Yeah, boy. All right. So the tack welding went pretty well there. I'm gonna weld the back here. I'm just gonna try maybe to use the hammer a little bit. It's hammer time. To move anywhere. It's not easy to bend a plate that thick, so yeah, which is good because this is what we want, right? All right, I'm gonna make a pass at the back here. Like that, then the front, right. Send you over here. As you can see, it's welding pretty well. Honestly, the welds are really easy to do on brand new metal. So I'm really happy with that. And then at the back here, that's gonna be the hardest part. Because I'm going through a little bit. And I'm a bit far. But honestly, that wouldn't be too bad. There we go. There. So the idea with that plate is it is welded not entirely around it, but there's a lot of trench added to it just by the way we are welding it on each corner, so it's gonna be ready to receive the tube. Maybe I can put a little bit more at the back there. There we go. So the corners are welded. Everything's looking great. No fire in the inside. No fire. All right. That's a super duper heavy duty. So with that said, now we can start preparing the tube. All right, let's shut down the welder for now. Putting the glove here. All right, the big part now, prepping the glove. Like I said, at least I still have the metal, the cardboard box template for that plate. I look at it this morning while preparing the stream, and it's gonna work on the other side too, so everything should be good. So yeah, there we go here. If you want to see the welds again closer, they are not bad at all. Really smooth, good penetration. Because basically, the way you have to think about your stuff when you're welding, well, this is what I understood from talking to a friend of mine who's a welder. Wait a sec. Front cam. All right, it's basically like if you have two metal pieces like that, and you are welding them on top of each other like this, well, if you're welding along that edge and it's making a bubble on top, it means that the metal you're trying to put in there, because basically when you're welding, there's a wire, it's feeding a wire to the place you are welding, which mean the wire is putting more material. It's adding metal to that edge right there, right? Also, it's putting heat, which is melting both sides of it and adding material. So it's doing like two things, melting and adding. If it's creating a big bubble in between them, thing that happened when we were doing the rust repair, basically it means that your new material is staying on the surface. Therefore, you're not melting both sides hard enough to let the new material like sink in and penetrate the surface properly. When in here, if you're stacking two things together, if it's getting flush with like a perfect diagonal edge, so it's really following like the fact that one is on top, the other one is at the bottom, and it's following in the diagonal to like merge them together. There you are putting enough heat and moving at a good pace that you are basically fusing them together. So it's doing that triangle shape we have been talking about. So, and if you're putting too much heat, you're gonna dig some holes in there. So this is what's happening usually. That's where I'm the greatest at putting too much heat. Because there's two ways you can put too much heat. Bad setting on the welder, where you're putting the setting way too high. So as soon as you try to weld, you're putting holes in the material, in the original material. or by staying on the same spot really too long, because basically the more you stay in a spot, the higher the temp's gonna be in there, so you have to take care. So that's why there is the setting of the welder, there is also the movement speed, and when repairing rust, the big challenge is your new material can handle the heat pretty well, but the rusty material, like the old metal, cannot handle it properly. So the big thing we had, that like when I was putting holes in there without, like I didn't want it, but basically you cannot move that fast when welding. You have to like wait a little second to make sure the puddle of melted metal is just penetrating in there. But however, when you're doing so, if the material is bad on one side, so the rusty one, you're gonna have that problem of digging holes because you're putting too much heat for too long. Hawk, it's Hawk Fan with the army of sparkling heart. Let's go. Good morning, my friend. How are you? How are you? Hey, we just did a bit more welding and my welds are looking really good. Like I'm new material on top of new materials. So this is like a dream. They are not too bad. Yeah, they are not too bad. Dual side. Oh, dual side. Oh, come on. Dual side. Yeah, I'm talking too much. Let me do it, but this way. Hey, boom. Look, we added a reinforcement plate for the tubing we're gonna put in there. Look at this. Not bad. Like I was explaining, basically penetration is really good. Like the angle here, there's no bubble on top, so that means it fused really, really well with the material. And yeah, because we did that a few weeks ago, this is brand new, this is brand new, new metal on new metal. Win! Wait for it. This is just a win. I love working. So basically now we are installed for the next step, which is, gonna move that back a little bit. There we go. All right, wanna know one thing that's crazy? Right now this morning, there's more ladies in the chat than anyone else. Like, I'm doing a freaking car tuning mechanic. Everybody will expect a lot of, oh yeah, man, oh metal, ho ho ho, and boom, more girls. Oh yeah, let's go. I love that. That's really something I love. Like, just like when I was disassembling the engine last year, there was more non-car guys in the chat than actual car people, just because they were curious to see how it's, what's going on inside an engine, and I love it. Like, it's the fact of sharing that knowledge that's really, really cool, even though I don't know everything and I'm still learning. Like, this is this is my first time doing something like that, doing something crazy. It's just that I searched on the internet, saw that you can make a piece for that to brace your fender, and I was like, yo, I want that on my car, but there's no part for that specific car. And it's not too hard to do by yourself, so I'm gonna do it. Smell of oil and gas attract us. Oh yeah. All right, next step, we need to build that tube to brace here, because yeah, that's the exact thing we are planning to do. So on that one, that's not the actual tube, by the way, but yeah, we're looking to go somewhere here to around here, I will say. So we want the tube to stay inside that edge. So when looking at the side here, I need it to be flush or above that edge, because this is the wheel arch here, which means the wheel can move, and it's gonna, if I'm going lower than that, it's gonna limit the size of the tires I can put in there. So if I want to play with that at some point, it's gonna be super duper important. So for that, we're gonna do probably a template for the bottom here, where I'm just going to nail the angle of both sides, because they are not a perfect 90 degrees. Then we're gonna replicate that on basically the tube, and once it is done on the tube and it's sitting properly in there, we're going to probably just put it there, put it on the side like here, and just draw a line on it from the inside to see where we need to cut it, and then we are going to readjust it depending on how good the gap is or not. Yay! That's the idea. Like, I think in life that's my main value. Like, the thing I think that's the most important in life is probably passion. Like, if you don't have something you're really passionate about, well, you are probably looking for yourself, like asking yourself, what am I doing with my life? What do I want to do for the future and stuff like that? And I feel like it's something super important. This is what's driving me, that and the fact I just want to challenge myself all day, every day. But like, yeah, the passion is really what's pushing me forward. And I had that discussion with my brother actually, like a year or two ago, where he was basically saying, like, we were right here in the garage working on his car for just a basic maintenance, and we were having a chat where he was telling me, like, you know what I find hard right now is that, like, on your side you have goals, you know where you're going, you have things you want to do, you want to buy, you want to build. On my side, I feel like I'm working, gaming, working, gaming, working, gaming, and I'm not really enjoying my job. I'm not really, I mean, it was maybe more 2 or 3 years ago, but yeah, I'm not really enjoying my job. I'm gaming with friends, but like, it's always the same. There's no goal, there's no nothing. And I was like, yeah, well, you need to start making a small change to give yourself the chance to have a huge changes in your life, some huge changes at some point. And honestly, that was like straight fact. A few months later, he saw an opportunity for another job, switch his job, and now it's been, yeah, I think 2 to 3 years, and he went from a standard employee to a supervisor, and just he's working like crazy at the moment. But every time he's talking to me about the job, he's like, it's exhausting because it's the tourist season right now and everything. However, damn, I love my job. Like, I have responsibilities. I know why I'm waking up at the morning and like why I'm going to work. Like, he's enjoying that. So that's like, now he has a goal, and it's really, really cool to see. All right, that was my small little talk about things like that. And while he's a supervisor, I'm in my garage building a 600 HP Datsun, because why the fuck not? I'm an eternal kid. Hopefully. I will hate to be that boring old grumpy man, even though sometimes I feel like I'm getting grumpy. All right, so let's try to see what angle we need to build for that. I'm gonna go with the trusty cardboard box. So we're gonna cut just a little piece here in a straight line, because I don't have any more. Well, I do, but they are, I don't have a good straight line at the moment. So I'm just gonna grab a little piece like that, but I'm gonna try to guess the angle right away. All right, boom. So I'm gonna use that corner to all right. Not exactly it, but like you can see, it's not, it's not a perfect. I'm gonna bring you down, whoop, sliding, whee. So basically we're trying to guess that, and it's not a perfect 90 degrees. Just by the eye, I have a tiny gap here, so I'm gonna remove a bit of material here, but that one's perfect. So we are basically spot on with just my artistic eye. That's the artist in me. Boom. So that we need to have that edge on our tube. Boom. I'm gonna make something brilliant for once. I'm gonna also write on it what is the top. So basically what you can do is top and front. This way you will know that you are looking at the front here and the top here, so you're making sure you're cutting in the right direction. Then let's move that here, and then let's grab the tube. So like I said, the tube is going to be a really thick wall tube, so we want reinforcement. We don't care about the weight. So this is going to be our choice right now. And yeah, we're gonna be welding that from here to the top edge here. So make sense? Makes sense. All right, front cam. Hey, it worked that time. So basically, I'm gonna use that, and what I'm looking for, we know that this is the corner, this is top, this is front, so the tube's gonna be that way. So we're gonna try to put that edge right there first, and since the tube is too long, we're gonna try to readjust, because basically what we have to keep in mind is that we have also that angle that we need to work out. So in fact, wait a sec. I think we might be able to not just guess, but have the right angle so we can draw it properly. Because I bought that little thing here, and that thing is an angle finder, a digital one. Because basically we will need that for when we're putting the engine in. And right now, dual side. With the fact that it is magnetic, I can find the exact angle that we're gonna put in there. So somewhere around that, let's say 47, anywhere between 47 and 47.5, I will say. 47.5 is pretty much the one. Yep. 47.5. All right. And now, however, that doesn't tell me, because there, yeah, I need to use it that way. Yeah, no, that's not going to help me that much. Because I was trying to be a big brain there, or I will need like an angle finder, like not an angle finder, but like a way to measure the angle on flat surface, but I don't have the tool for that. Because basically I could have put my tube on front cam. Hey, I could have put the tube on my little improvised bench here, just at the right angle, but on flat, and then put that piece of cardboard at the bottom, and therefore we'll have been able to basically just mark exactly the angle there, but I feel like I'm gonna have to guess it. But it shouldn't be too far. Like, all right, we know we are almost at 45 degrees, which is awesome, by the way. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm just going to give you a look over here. Hey, first of all. All right, dual front. All right, so now you have a look right here. So basically the idea is gonna be for me to grab that piece of tube and telling myself that this is my 0 degrees. I'm gonna put it at around 45 degrees. So I'm just gonna look at it and say, yup, Yup, that's 45. So when I'm gonna be pretty sure that I'm close to 45, I'm gonna just put that in here and basically draw my lines on top here, and then we're gonna have to cut that and see how good it fits or not in the car. So, because basically I'm lining up the bottom edge of my plate here to my top edge, to the edge of that here, and which mean we're gonna notch it like that. I don't know if it's clear what I'm saying, but basically I use that bottom that is sitting flush on the car to match it with that edge. So it's giving me two measure to make sure where I'm putting everything. And yeah, now we're just going to cut that. That's in theory. Honestly, it could be pretty messed up when I'm gonna try it on the car, but let's see. Now I just have to clamp it, but like it has to stay like that, and I have to cut it from the top here. All right, that's quite a lot of job, to be fair. Like just, well, a lot of job. It's just a bit hard to put everything in place. Oh, Hawk, are you still there? That's true. I wanted to write you something also this morning, but I forgot after we chat about something else. You know, when TFG said, "Oh, Hawk, you should have told me. I would have make you a place for the squad." He never read the fact that you were writing to me, and I was like, my heart was just like, I'm about to write it. She was talking to me, but I was feeling too bad, awkward. I was like, oh, pet TFG. I was feeling bad, but at the same time, I was laughing so hard. It was so good. Honestly, I would have been down to. All right, we're just in between us right here. I will be down to play with you, and if you want with Lump or Foley. Honestly, it was really, really cool with Mag and Blue last night, but Blue is taking way too long to prepare himself. Like, I know he's quite new to the game still. I think he has under 500 hours, but gosh, it was taking a long time. I was almost sleeping at some point. Fair. Like, you're there ready to play, man. We get killed 5 minutes, I'm done, and I feel like I'm a slow using 5 minutes to prepare a kit, and like it was taking forever. Well, you know, he's gonna have to step up his game on that, because playing in a squad, it's a bit hard, and I know why basically Mag can play with Blue like quite a lot, because when there's a long pause, Mag is always talking. He always finds a subject, no matter what it is, to basically like keep the chat going, which probably caused Blue to lose more time. So that's, I was laughing, and at the same time I was like, all right guys, I'm gonna be that guy, but can we just play? My arm looks funny now. Look, it's connecting my arm on front cam between that and the side cam. Okay, sorry. It's just annoying me, so I'm gonna put it like that. Creepy. All right, let's go. Loud sound. Oh, I need to say the right command for it to work, right? Loud noise. Loud noise. I can already tell you that I kind of fucked it up a little bit, but we will test it. Maybe, no, yeah. Because basically, if you look at this, there is one side that is higher than the other. So we will try it in the car. Front cam. Hey, I'm gonna bring the cam over here. Let's test that. Well, I say I fucked that up, but we will see how good it sits or not. All right, it's time. Let's see that. Oh, the cam didn't, I thought it worked, but you know. Dual side. All right, is it working? In fact, we want to see it from here. Oh yeah, no, that could work because basically that plate's going a bit higher. Well, it is not bad like that. However, we need it to be like this. So basically, right now I have at least to remove a bit of material on that top edge there because I'm feeling that this is something, this is something pushing me off the place there. And I'm gonna mark it and cut it already for the top. Yeah, but further away than what I want. So basically, let me explain that because that's a bit of a tricky part. Even for me in my brain, it's a bit tricky. So if I want the chat to understand, might as well try to explain it properly. So basically what we want, right? Let me put that here, is to connect this to that, right? Now we have something working or almost working here, but to like test fit it properly, I kind of need the tube to be over here, right? Because right now I'm putting wrong data by getting an angle in there. So I'm gonna already cut it here. However, I'm gonna mark it for connecting over here because basically I'm gonna be removing material at the bottom. I'm gonna be removing material at the top to make it flush, which means less material all the time to try to make it fit. I'm gonna lose space in here. So I'm just gonna keep a little bit more material than what I need because I wanna make sure I'm not going too short. All right, that's awkward. Is it working? Well, seems like it's working. I have a line. Wow. So I'm gonna cut that and test that first in the car. Front cam. I'm not going to bring the other cam here just yet because we don't really need that. So I need to make sure I'm facing up here and there. Make sure we're not putting a bad angle in there. Like that is a bad angle. It's a hard one to make. There we go. All right. And with that said, I can just go ahead and cut it in a straight line like this and try and hope for the best. All right, but we kept material, so we're gonna be able to adjust that. Let's go. Loud noise. Loud noise. dual side. Dual side. Hey, so now we have that, and that one is almost perfect. So we really need to work on that one here. It's just going too far, but it's sitting really flush. That one's good actually. So I really need to work on the other end here to make it work. Right now it feels like the back here is really something causing a little bit of problem. So we're just going to work that out. So, ow, that was hot. If I'm sitting like this, yeah, I need to cut it basically here, remove some material. So we're gonna try to cut it slowly and making sure everything's fine with that. I don't know if at this point I should be better to mark it again and try to cut it another time. Yeah, no, it feels sketchy. Because that top edge there is perfect, so let's try to make something out of it. I'm gonna be back on the bench here. And I said, if I'm looking at it this way, that I need to remove some material this way. Yep. All right, yeah, makes sense. Loud noise. All right, so I'm not going to switch the cam all the time just because it's gonna be some small back and forth here and there at all time. So just gonna make sure I'm working my thing out here and making everything work correctly. All right, so for that one to sit there, I'm hitting at the bottom there. So I'm gonna have to remove some material out there. Loud noise. Part of me knows that I'm gonna have one problem right now, and the problem is quite weird because basically I know I'm gonna have the problem to push that back to the middle of the plate because now it is sitting so perfectly there that just trimming that to fit well, I'm not pushing that back, I'm not removing enough material. So I might just cut like half a centimeters out of it right now, just so it sits a bit closer to its place, to the place I want it to be, and not as far as it is right now. So, cause honestly, I'm gonna get the perfect angle, and once I'm gonna have it, I'm basically gonna have to cut somewhere to make it fit again. So yeah, that's not really the idea right there. So might as well cut it right now on the edge that's not so perfect and then trim it back to fit in place. So let's try that. Loud noise. Loud noise. butt is not loving me this morning. All right, so I just trimmed a little bit, and yeah, you see, we're just pushing it back by that much here, so like really not enough, so I'm gonna cut even more on it, and I'm gonna cut at least exactly the same amount I just cut it, just so after that we're trimming that, and it's just going to move a little bit backward, because right now if I was to make it work here, we still have a bit of the tube going in the inner wheel arch, which is not great, so let's do that. Loud noise. Front cam. There we go. All right, so now that should sit way better in the car. Dual side. Dual side. There you go. I really need to pronounce that L so much. Boom, see? Now we are sitting really well in here. Yep, brake line's in the way. So here we're sitting right where we want it to be. I'm gonna even rotate that a little bit like this. So we are sitting closer to where we want it to be. It could be a little bit more at the back, but we're gonna have to trim quite a little bit of material in here. So we're gonna take a pen and start working that out and bringing that all together. So at least half a centimeter is gonna go here, so it's gonna slide to from around a centimeter on top there. Because basically I would really love to have it sit like that, and which means if I'm following that, it will need to go up there. And we're gonna have to trim the other side too. Here, we're gonna have to remove a bit of material that way. There. So basically, I'm just marking how I want it to be removed, so I can go back on the improvised bench and start removing more material. That way we're gonna basically have a really well fitted, because you don't want to be asking all the welds to do the job. So if you have a bigger gap, you're asking the welds to hold everything together. But if you're making a really good fitment right at the beginning, it's helping you having a really good structural integrity. So this is pretty cool. That's like a tedious job. You really need to put the time in it. It's time consuming, but it's worth the effort. Loud noise. Loud noise. All right, so basically right now what I'm looking at is that here we're not sitting on the bottom there, but the reason for it is at the back here. So I'm gonna try to make that straighter edge. So like I need to notch it a little bit more just so it's gonna fall down a little bit and sit in place. The back here is not bad at all, so we're gonna see with that cut right there how it is working. Hopefully it won't be too bad to do, but yeah, I have to cut it in like some sort of an angle at the moment, which is gonna be a bit awkward with the buffer, but yeah, there is a tool for that, but it's not that easy to do. It's my first time notching a tube properly, so be aware it might take some time. Loud noise. Yo, we're sitting almost flush. We have a little bit of a gap at the bottom here that I'm gonna mark, but basically we are almost right in place. A bit more at the front here than I was expecting it to be, but honestly nothing bad. Like what's holding us right now is that. And a little touch at the back here. But we just need to remove a touch there. Professional fabricator. Let's go. Well, no, I wouldn't call myself a professional fabricator, but we're getting somewhere, that's for sure. Let's remove that. Loud noise. All right, now we're getting in the spot where everything we're doing is gonna be or really, really good or really, really bad. Like right now I remove material and I feel like the gap increased in some spot, like at the front here. So I'm gonna mark it again to know exactly where I need to remove material to make it sit a bit more flush. But yeah, we're getting in that spot where it's gonna be hard to make it perfect. With the tool we have, even.
Dip, dip, potato chip, dip, dip, potato chip, dip, dip, potato chip, dip, dip, potato chip, dip, dip, potato chip.
Okay. Awkward. Loud noise. All right, I'll try another technique to notch it. Not sure about it. Like using the cutting blade to do that. I should put a grinding blade on there. It's just long to change and I'm not a patient guy for that kind of things. Never mind, it's the best technique in the world. I was like unsure of what I just did there. Never mind. Boop. Ugh, the cam's moving so much, I'm sorry. Look at this. Wrong side. Boom, boom. Yo. That's some proper fitment, right? Honestly, come on. That's just insanely good. For a first time doing that, I'm more than happy with that. And we are respecting the fact that we're not going on the wheel arch right there. So we're respecting all the rules we set ourselves. So yeah, let's move you back over here. Progression. Bam. It's getting all together now, and we're gonna be able to put so much heat on that. It's gonna be awesome. All right, let me remove the paint around it, and yeah, let's just weld that straight into place. The air compressor is not really on top of its game right now, so yeah, loud noise. front cam. Boom. So now we remove the paint on both sides, which means we are ready to weld. Let's go. Grabbing that, grabbing the gloves are over there. This is there. We're gonna put that in here. Oh, no, we're not quite ready. Ooh, just forgot something. I forgot to remove just a bit of paint at the bottom part there, because yeah, the top part we just welded it, but we put primer in here. Well, yeah, the air compressor is not there anymore. I need to fill that up, but it's way too noisy to do on stream. Nah, I cannot go there really well. Well, the rest of the paint, the primer is gonna probably burn anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. All right, do we have our bottle open? Yes, that D, let's put on the D setting, almost maximum heat. And honestly, the more heat you put in there, the better the sound of the welder is. Like, it's just so good. Oh, for that one though, more power means even more UV light, so let's do this, shall we? Dual side. Dual side. Welding mask, gloves, protection. And with that said, boom. A piece of art. Right in the middle there. So let me just tack it at the top, see how it reacts with the heat. That. It's reacting well. That. Time to confirm everything's sitting in place. Yes, it is. But let's put a weld right at the bottom here. There we go. And now we can start welding it properly. All right, that one here and at the back here, that's gonna be the first time I'm going in such a restricted place. So I don't know how good or bad it's gonna be, but hopefully it's gonna went all by itself. Let me try to have a look in there. How can I do to basically go right there? I guess that will do. I will try with that one, let's go. Right, it's harder than it looks. All right, the top there is done. Now let's move here. All right, that's not bad at all. The back here is gonna be so hard to reach. I don't know if I'm able to do that. Let me clean the nozzle, because right now there's so much popping stuff in there. That nozzle is not happy. and I was feeling it. It grounded to it at some point, so that means too much particle between the wire itself. The desetting is feeling well, like it's melting super well in there. But yeah, really not an easy weld to do. Right, so I managed to do the one, woo, glowy. I managed to do the one at the back here. I'm just not sure I'm gonna be able to do a lot of them. Oh, maybe from here. Yeah, maybe from here I'm gonna be able. Well, most of it's gonna be welded. There's just going to be one blind spot at the back that's not going to be welded, but it should work. The paint is burning. All right. Poink. All right, let's see fancy point of view of that one. Let's go. Woo! Poof. Need to make sure there's nothing burning on the ground, because if it's going that splatter, if it's moving to a box, it can make it burn. There, do I have access to that corner over here? Not really. I mean, it's better than nothing. There. All right. Final result. Well, not painted, obviously. And we have a brace. First one done. I'm gonna turn up that. It's smoking hot. Whew. And I'm hot too now. Ugh. All right, so if we are looking for the integrity of that, oh, it changed the point of view. All right, dual side. All right, so welding is pretty good over here. At least the front part, we're going all the way inside there. There's just a blind spot at the back there that I cannot reach. And on this side here, a bit of the same thing, a lot of splatter, I will say, because of the paint. So you see all the burning marks because of the primer. But other than that, the weld is pretty good. That edge there is really, really good. That corner, it went in so well. There's so much welding in there, but it's still flat. And we have almost the entire thing welded. So most of it is all good. So I'm really happy with that. Might grab for once the metal brush and just try to brush those welds to see how good they look. So let me grab that. Let's see if they are shiny, if yeah, there's one here that I'm not fully happy about, but it's not too bad. It's another one on top I added at the end when going to the back there, so it's not bad at all. All right, yep, that corner, for what I was telling you a little bit earlier, is gonna be really good to show. Yeah, I'm really not disgusted. I'm not shy about those welds. They are looking good. All right, let me show you again now that it's brushed. Shiny little welds. Wow. So here in the middle, I maybe have went a little bit too fast, but it's not too bad. Just because like it's not the same distance. Here it's pretty good. Like you see like the fish scale in there, it should be like always the same pattern. Here it's a tack weld at the front. I didn't have the choice for that one. But here, that is awesome, to be fair. Look at how it is in there. Basically, you cannot have something that is more fused than that. You cannot tell the difference between that plate, and the tube in that corner there, because basically everything is merged together perfectly. This is awesome. All right. All right, the only thing I'm not happy about is that we didn't take the measurement of that before moving forward to the other side. We could have basically just replicate that and just readjust it slightly for the other side. But honestly, it's really not that bad. We're gonna be able to still measure the rough part of it, just to know how much material we need, so it's no big deal. Hey, that's insane. Let's grab some primer and just make sure now it's looking on primer, so it's gonna be even better. Boom. Changing a car one step at a time. I'm gonna take a picture of that one, to be fair. Let me grab the cell phone. Yo, hey, come on. Okay. With that point of view here, let's have a recap. That, I'm gonna do that. That and that. Okay, so the result we wanted, what we have. Again, the result we wanted, the professional one, let's say that, the professional one, the one we have. Not bad, honestly. Like, I'm really happy with that. Hey, let's go. That's awesome. I'm really happy with that one. Coffee time. Picture time. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Let me send that to my father and brothers. Boom. Sheesh. I'm so hyped. That's so cool. Like, that's something I kind of dreamt about. Like, I wanted to do that. That's something I was like, oh yeah, one day I'm gonna be able to do parts like this. I'm gonna make sure that I know how to do them. I wanna do them. Let's go. I will put the effort to do something like this. And bam, there we are. It's there, it's done. First time creating a part like this, like some tube stuff, and yeah, like I feel like there could have been a better material and stuff like that, but honestly, with what I have under the hand and everything, like if we take everything together, it's a really good thing. Like the plate, the base plate is a 1/4 inch, and the tube has at least a 1/4 inch wall, inner wall, which is really good. So that is super strong right now. It's still hot. Oh yeah, you can see just how now you can really understand how, like, all this vertical pillar, that horizontal one going all the way through the car at the back there. So basically, if I'm moving you right here, basically all of this here is going all the way to the rear wheel, just in front of the rear wheel. And here you have the vertical pillar, and then you have this right there. That is basically the wheel arch right here, and now all of this is working as one pivot point. So if that wants to bend, it's not only depending on that corner here, that will work with it too. So all the bottom of the car is gonna try to work with that, which means we just stiffen that a lot. Hey yo, Blue, what up? What up, my boy? How are you this morning? Look at what we just created. Fabricating custom parts for reinforcement. That's crazy. First time doing that. What's that? So yeah, we just did a lot of welding. Look at this. So basically, we added a plate at the back there. We added that plate to make something a bit more flush. And then we reinforced the top here, something we already repaired. We added a reinforcement plate and welded the tube, the really thick tube in there for a lot of reinforcement. Oh yeah. Honestly, like, you were probably not there 5 minutes ago, but look at this. The reference we had versus what we just did, it's crazy good, man. Hi, internet. Google is trolling me right now. Open, imagine a new tab, boom, boom, let's go. Made that thing rear end ready. Oh yeah. Look at this. What the? All right, there we go. Okay, so the thing we have in the car, the thing we inspired ourselves from. So that like I told yesterday is basically a part you can buy for the previous generation of the Z, where this part here was flush, was sitting flat, and that's something we didn't had in the car. So, and that part is not something available for my car, but I was looking at this and I was like, yo, that's something I want in my car. So I decided to build it, and this is the result. So we added a little part at the bottom to make it sit flat, and added the piece of tube there with reinforcement and everything. Hey, that's some progression. Oh yeah, so started from the bottom, now we here. So yeah, so really stoked about the result. To be fair, like, I mean, it's not as professional if I had a design and build the part like on a workbench with all the tools, CNC and stuff. But like, honestly, other than that, damn, it's looking great. Yep, really happy with that. Honestly, there's drift car with stuff like this, and even worse than that. Now, where are we at? We need to do the same thing on the other side. Hey! Progression! All right, let's move the wires away, I guess. Yep, somewhere like there. Basically, yeah, we're gonna bring our stuff back here, and we're gonna start doing the same thing for this side. Time to do it again. At least, like I said, I kept all the templates we built, so I'm using a lot of cardboard when coming to that thing here. So just let me show you. There you go. Basically, on the other side, what we did is make a template out of cardboard, just so we can put that in there, but just have a good template. And the fun fact is, this is for the other side. Wait for it. Magic. Flipping it around, and it's matching. So basically, we're just going to cut another metal piece here to reinforce that vertical pillar there. Then we're gonna add the same kind of flat angle there, just to make a flat surface welding in there. So which means we're gonna have something flat, and then put the exact same 5 inches of reinforcement right around here where we put it on the other side. Only thing I didn't do that I should have done is take the measurement of what we had on the other side as a reference for here. However, we can still take a measurement that's gonna be close enough. So yep, there we go. Burp. So that's gonna be one of the first part we're doing. Second part, whoa, almost killed myself. Second part, we're gonna basically go ahead and work with the angle, the metal angle at the bottom. We're gonna take the measurement again here and make sure everything's okay. Front cam. Hey, the other way around. Measure twice, cut once. It's ideal. It's ideal. Or if you are me, not a professional, measure like 5 times, cut 10 times, because you're afraid of cutting too much. So you're cutting a little bit, going on the car, cutting a little bit, cutting on the car, cutting on the car, going on the car, fitting, test fitting. So, so basically this is what I'm doing at the moment. But honestly, that was crazy because it's the first, really first time I'm working with a metal tube to notch them and make them fit in a specific place. And right now the challenge is we have a flat surface at the top, but we have a corner at the bottom. So it's not just like too flat angle there. It's really like a corner that's a bit of a narrow shape, and then the flat surface at the top, and everything has to work together. And it went super well on the driver's side. So if we are able to do the exact same thing on the passenger side, mwah, that's gonna be magic, man. That's gonna be awesome. Cause honestly, yeah, I feel like we can get that done in during this afternoon. Like this afternoon streams should be plenty of time for that. But first, we have to cut stuff. So let's start with that. Basically, what I'm gonna do right now is measure the 5 inches I need to have for the reinforcement plate at the top. I'm gonna prepare as much material as I can right now before my lunch break. Cause yeah, it's just like I'm a real worker. Hey, not just a streamer, you know? Yeah, so let's put the cam here. Poop. I have the mouse, so I won't fight with my butt to get a voice command in there. Hey. So I'm just gonna cut that 5 inches plate here, and we know we can remove like a centimeter on the side too, so we're gonna do that right away. That, and then we said a centimeter. Honestly, I removed a little bit more on the other side, but I'm gonna mark the centimeter thick here, there, and just go ahead and yeah, pump, 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 pump. Have you played some other raids last night, Blue, with the boys, or did everyone logged out after a few of us were gone? No breaks. Wait, what? I'm not TFG. I'm not doing crazy shit. All right. Not gonna lie, I was thinking about maybe doing a kind of subathon or something like that, that I'm not stopping until the engine's running. Not now, because that's too crazy, but like having the engine assembled or put that in the car and doing the ECU stuff, and like I'm not stopping until we miss time on the counter, or having that running, okay? But like that's first, I don't have a big community for doing that, and second, man, it's sure with mechanic stuff, you're gonna be missing a tool, you're gonna be missing like a crazy amount of stuff. So I'm like, yeah, nah, that's not something that can work with that mechanic stream. All right, let's go. Loud noise. All right, so now we're gonna try to cut that one here. I'm gonna start with a brand new flat metal bar, just because I feel like that one, is it the same thing? Yeah. It's not a quarter, it's a 1/8. I was saying a quarter since the beginning, but it's 1/8 flat bar. But yeah, so we're gonna cut that, and I'm just gonna start from a brand new metal bar because I have it, and now I'm missing on the other one. That one I knew I was closer to that 5 inches, so it was better to cut it in there. But yeah, let's move on. Let's mark that. Now let's just cut stuff. Dual side. Oh, in fact, I'm gonna go dual front. Dual front. Hey, let's go. All right, so this one, there's multiple cuts to do, so it's really no big deal, but yeah, still have to do them, so gonna work on that. Oop. Loud noise. All right, so 2 of the pieces are done. Now we need to take the measurement for the last one. The last one is that bar with an angle and holes, and that is a bit rusty, but it's doing the job perfectly for our purpose. So that's what we're going to use. All right, so let's grab that. I feel like we might go ahead and use the other end, in fact, just because with that, we're gonna be on the right side to do it, right? Let me check. Yeah, because that one's not fitting in there, but that one's gonna sit a bit more flat at the back there. So that's perfect. So what we did yesterday was not bad at all. We used, it was 3.5 inches, I think. Let me check again. Yeah, we used 3.5, and then at the bottom we used 2.5, and then we cutted that to 2. I'm gonna check, but yeah, we cut it 3.5, 2.5, then remove the angle at the back, which bring the 3.5 back a little bit. It is sitting now at 3, in fact, which is not bad at all. And at the bottom, we bring that back to a 1.5 surface. But yeah, the top here is at 2.5. Yep. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're just going to do it right away. So basically, what I mean by that is quite simple. You have the flat bar here. So this one, dual side. Hey. All right, so basically what I mean by that is that we're gonna go with the 3.5 inches at the top here. Here we're going at the 2.5 mark right here. So these are going to connect together like this. But then we're gonna move that bottom edge here to 1.5, which means we're going to cut like this. And we're going to make that round. So we're going to weld from here to here on the car. And yeah, that's gonna sit exactly in place. However, the only thing we need to keep in mind is that here, the back angle at the back here is not a perfect straight angle. So we're gonna be removing a little triangle of material there to make that sit flush against the back there. So that's gonna be part of the thing we need to do. But yeah, that's really not that hard. So we're gonna have to cut that, then test fit it in on the car to see how much of a gap we have and just remove the amount of material we need. We did that yesterday and it was really going well. So let's keep the same methodology. Is that a good word in English, methodology? I feel like it is, not sure. That's a word we're using in French. That makes sense to me. There you go. All right, let's kill that. Let's go. Loud noise. was cutting, I forgot. I was talking to you. I said yes, the Lincoln welders are really, really good. Basically, that is a welder I bought with my father 5 years ago. I think it was like a birthday present for me. And basically, I had to learn how to weld, and honestly, it's doing well. It's the 180, the MIG Pack 180, and you can do structural thing with it. It's really, really good. I'm really enjoying it. I have a friend who welded a diff with that one. Yeah, so they are really good. I will say this is like the cheapest version, just because I think the wire feeding system has some plastic component in them that can break. Like it's not the commercial one; it's more for the house usage, which is what I'm doing, but they are under $1,000 because of that, so that's crazy good. So yeah, I'm really happy with them. And I was also saying, see, this is why this part that we are fabricating is not existing for my car. This is like at a really weird angle, so basically what I'm doing is adding that piece here to make it flat. We're gonna weld that at the bottom there, but first of all we need to close the gap that we have right behind here. So yep, boom. Gonna grab the ruler and see how much of a gap we have. Let's say 12 mil. Yep, 12 mil. So let's bring that back. Front cam. All right, so basically now that we measured when sitting like this, the 12 mil here, we're gonna remove 12 mil at the back here in the triangle shape. So basically doing that will close the gap. At least it works, yesterday. So it should work today too. Except if the physics of this world has changed during the meantime. If so, I'm gonna be sad. Damn. Let's remove that. Put that here. So during lunch break, I need to make sure I'm charging all my batteries, and I need to fill that air compressor because we're gonna need it. Did you not read the patch notes? Yeah, they patched the earth physics this morning. Oh shit! So it's not going to work. Nah! All right, I'm gonna cut the mic and try not to forget to turn it on after that. Loud noise. I didn't work, eh? Loud noise. How are you doing? Color, the color text. That's crazy. I didn't know you could do that on Twitch. Do you need to have a, well, it's not a plugin because I'm seeing it. And I don't have any plugins on that computer. So how do you do that? What is this sorcery? All right, did we remove? No, we didn't. We just went like this. Let me just take a look on the other side. me just take a look here what was going on. Okay, yeah, we were a bit out there, so that should still work. Okay, because basically the car already has been crashed in the front, not by me, by previous owner. So basically slash me with no space, make it oh, the more you know. So basically it's the color of your name, right? So yeah, so basically that one here, I can already tell that this side has been repaired due to a few different things. Look at this, let me bring you there. Dual side. All right, so basically what I'm looking at right now and why I went on the other side is because I thought this outer edge here, this corner was pushing a bit to the outer side of the car compared to what I had in mind. And I was like, did I cut some material at the back there on the other side? The answer is no. Like, it's sitting flush here, but basically you see there's a weird texture right there. This is because that car has already been smashed and repaired on this side, I'm pretty sure. The pop rivets in there is a previous repair from before even I asked a body shop to do the floor pan. So that was already in there. So there's something kind of wrong with the car. I don't think it's major, but like, it's not something that's making the car like bent or anything, but I know here something is going on. Like, it kinked a little bit and it was cracking there. We had to weld that. So basically this here had an impact at some point, and the brace we are adding could prevent that from getting damaged in a crash or something. Not a huge crash, but just getting hit on something or something like that. It will help put everything in a stronger spot. So yeah. Yeah, there is some bundle in here, I'm pretty sure. We're gonna find some crazy stuff when we're gonna remove the paint and material in there. Front cam. All right. So I want to take a look also on the other side on one other thing. Yeah, basically, okay, so basically the edge I was showing where I said it was cracked is really more bent than on the other side. So really here there's a bit of a kink in the structure, which is not great. Not something I'm worried about at this point, because the car was feeling great on the road already. So I mean, we're not going bad with that. And another thing about this is my custom subframe for the front is fitting in place. Like, if it was really badly bent, nothing will line up, and right now everything's great, so I'm okay with that. So yeah, lunch time. I'm saying it right now, it's 12:03. I'm 3 minutes over and my belly's telling me so bad. So guys, I'm gonna be off for the lunch break. I'm gonna be back in 2 hours. Manger, the girlfriend just came in to tell me it's time to eat. So time to go, guys. I love you all. See you all in 2 hours. We're gonna keep going on that one. So peace out.